Canadians are taking the tariff fight to their shopping carts. Social media is flooded with lists of what Canadian products you should choose over those made in the US. But experts warn it isn't that simple.
The relationship between Canada and the US has been lasting for so long that we're intertwined.
You may have seen some of the labels on your food already. Made in Canada, product of Canada, Quebec even has its own labels on goods. So what do they actually mean? These labels are optional for companies, but if they are using them, they have to follow certain guidelines. A product of Canada is one where all major ingredients, processing, and labor used to make the food item are from here. Made in Canada means the last substantial transformation of the product happened in Canada, even if some ingredients are from abroad. For example, when cheese, dough, and sauce are made into a whole new product like pizza. And a Made in Canada label must also include a qualifying statement like Made in Canada from imported ingredients. In Quebec, you have Aliments du Québec. That means that at least 85% of the product's main ingredients are from this province. Aliments préparés au Québec means the item was entirely processed and packaged here. To get this last label, the main ingredients must also be from Quebec, as long as they're available in sufficient quantities. Okay. So you're at the grocery store, you're looking for chips, you've seen on one of those online lists that Lay's is a no-go. Well,
Lay's, which is an American company, does have their processing plant in Canada for the Canadian market, and they will supply themselves with potatoes coming from Canada.
Take Canada Dry. The can doesn't say where it was made, but it does say it was proudly bottled in Canada. Tariff says when in doubt, check where the product was processed, because that's where the jobs are. You may have noticed similar labels for products that aren't food. Made in Canada is an item that was produced with at least 51% of Canadian goods or labor. The threshold is higher, 98%, for a good that says product of Canada. Now, these labels don't apply to clothing because textiles are covered by a different law. You may also have seen a maple leaf symbol or Canadian flag on products. The Competition Bureau says it can sometimes be treated like one of those labels. In that case, the company has to comply with the guidelines. But these labels are not required, and finding where the components used to make these products come from can be difficult because companies don't have to list their origin on the packaging either.
I think it will be up to the processors to step up to their game and put the label themselves. I mean, they're expecting us to buy Canadian. I think it's up to them to show us they're producing Canadian.
So how much of an impact can a boycott of US products actually have? Tariff says the sum of people's efforts can send a message to the US about implementing the tariffs in the first place.